Okay, I'll get straight to the point. We at TechWiser basically edit on Apple machines. We have used MacBook Air M1, Mac M2 Pro, iMac M1, M3 MacBook Pro, basically every MacBook after M1 launch. And when I saw the price of MacBook Air M1 go down to 68,000 on Flipkart, I was like, what? In fact, I saw the screenshot on Twitter. It went down to 58,000. Like, damn, being a Windows user, even I would buy a MacBook at this price. But wait a minute, we reviewed the MacBook Air M1 in 2021. In fact, MacBook Air M1 launched in November 2020, 4 years from now. So should you consider this M1 in 2024? As a Windows user, should you even switch to a MacBook? Well, this video is really interesting. We have 3 MacBook Air M1 in the house, and this is the only video you need to watch if you're thinking to buy a MacBook. Let's go. Now, in case you don't know, MacBook Air M1 is pretty iconic in terms of Apple laptop. Like MacBooks initially when launched in 1984 came with Motorola CPUs. Later in 1990, they switched to PowerPC, which was made by IBM and Motorola together, and then in 2000, finally to Intel CPUs. And for 20 years, it was Intel CPUs in every single MacBook. Until this MacBook Air M1, which was for the first time Apple started designing the CPUs same as the iPhone. Now, coming back to this laptop, I believe at 60,000 price, the MacBook M1 has 3 cons and precisely 4 pros. Before we get to the cons and to the video, this video is made in collaboration with Surfshark VPN. And fair thing, we have been using Surfshark VPN even before they approached us, and 2 important reasons why you should get Surfshark VPN. Now you're obviously being tranked around the internet wherever you browse or whatever you buy, so getting a paid VPN makes sense for 2 important reasons. Number 1, Surfshark VPN works on all websites seamlessly with good privacy, so you can even unlock contents that are not available in India. Here's a good video for that. Surfshark VPN not only starts as low as 180 rupees per month, but you get unlimited device access, so you can share it with your friends and family. Now, Surfshark VPN partnered with Team TW, and you can ensure your privacy with Surfshark. Enter coupon code TechWiser and get 4 months free at surfshark.deal/TechWiser. Also, there is a 30 days money back guarantee, so there's no harm in trying. Now, the build and display of MacBooks is pretty great. Like, we have used Windows laptop in similar price range. Mostly they have a plasticky build with chip from the edges, or even if a metal laptop, it gets dent at the base. Or in fact, the hinge starts showing problem after 2 to 3 years. With this MacBook M1, it has this aluminum build and it feels rigid and durable. You get a 13.3-inch liquid retina display. The resolution is almost 1.5K and it is sharp enough. In case you're wondering, liquid retina is just a fancy name for LCD display. And while watching movies, everything, it is one of the best displays you can get at this price point. Even in terms of color accuracy, it is one of the best. And I said one of the best, not the best, because now in 2024, most of the Windows laptop has started coming with OLED displays. Now, the second good thing about this M1 Air is M1 chip, 8GB RAM, 256GB storage. Do note that it's very hard to get the 16GB or 512GB variant of the MacBook Air M1. Even when it launched, it used to take a month to get the 16GB variant delivered. And now since Apple has officially discontinued the MacBook M1 Air, it's almost impossible to get a 16GB version of this. So for storage in the future, you will need a SSD. But coming back to day-to-day performance, see daily browsing, it's super fluid. In fact, even if you use Apple's own editing software, Final Cut Pro, you can easily edit reels or shorts, even single layer 4K videos. Like, hold on, let me show you its performance. So this is a similarly priced Windows laptop and this is MacBook M1 Air. Now we'll open 100 tabs from this website in just 1 click. Let's see who does it first. So both the laptops could successfully open 100 tabs, as you can see. And if we switch between the tabs, or just switch between the tabs in MacBook, yeah, most of them are open. So if it can open 100 tabs, I think it's pretty fine enough for browsing. Like, what would you do more than this? In fact, a lot of you guys who are in BTech engineering, you might get this laptop for AI, machine learning. So I just ran a small script to see its machine learning performance side by side with a Core Ultra 5 Windows laptop. And if you see, the MacBook Air M1 does it in 566 seconds. The Intel's latest chip does it slightly quicker in 538 seconds. So for that study coding purposes, if your software supports, it's pretty neck to neck for the price. Now again, I'm not that good in coding and all of that, so here are some more benchmarks. Here's Geekbench ML, here's Geekbench single core, multi-core scores. All in all, even for 2024 standards, at 60,000, the laptop isn't slow. But what's best for 2024 is Apple ecosystem. Like, of course, you can easily airdrop files from here, pick up calls on the MacBook. In fact, use your iPhone as a webcam. But here are some latest features, like you can mirror your iPhone display on MacBook. So this way, you can even run iOS apps on MacBook. And not just that, recently Apple announced a bunch of Apple Intelligence or AI features, like you can automatically draft notes, create images, etc. So most of these features will also come to MacBook Air M1. And the fourth pro would be battery life. Like Apple claims it can run 18 hours, but while watching movies online, web browsing, you easily get 12 to 13 hours of battery life. I hardly charge the laptop in a day, but yes, one tip that I would recommend: as soon as you get your MacBook Air M1 new or old, go to battery and health, click the I button, you should see battery health. Like for us, this is an old laptop, so it is 84%. If you buy a new MacBook Air M1, it should be 100%. Then the MacBook is good for you. And it is not good for you if you're bothered about these 3 cons. Like, number 1, 8GB RAM is too little. The only problem in terms of performance with the MacBook Air M1 is the RAM. Like, macOS requires a lot of RAM. So frequently it will kill apps in the background or just reload the entire program. But there is no solution to this since the 16GB RAM version is hardly available. So if you use quite a lot of heavy apps, it's difficult. Or suppose you want to run Windows apps here, which is possible using a third-party app called Parallel. You can run Windows 11 full-fledged on this, but then it easily crosses 8GB RAM. So if you do quite a lot of heavy tasks, multitasking, this MacBook Air M1 will be a problem. And second is, what do you think is the official keyboard replacement price of this Air M1? Take a guess. Yes, take a guess.
10,000?
It's almost 33,000. We went ahead to get our MacBook checked while it was in warranty. This is the email, and that's what Apple quoted us for keyboard replacement. Thankfully, this was under manufacturing defect and it was free replacement for us. And suppose you need to replace battery, which is the most common replacement, you can see it costs 15,000 plus. So you might buy this laptop for 60,000. It doesn't mean it is 60,000. It originally sold for 95,000. So official Apple repair cost and spare part price will be high in the market. And lastly, MacBook Air M1 is now almost 4 years old. So Apple doesn't specify how long MacBooks will get update, but this will only get 2 to 3 years more update. Apple has officially discontinued MacBook Air M1. So if you have the budget and MacBook Air M2 is available at around 75,000, I would recommend get that instead, because you get one extra USB-C port plus 1080p webcam and a better, brighter display. And lastly, if your work heavily depends on Windows app, it's better to get a Windows laptop. Stay away from MacBooks. And let us know if there's a laptop that you want us to cover or you are excited about. If it gets more likes, we'll cover that. On that note, this is Pradeep signing off. See you in the next video. Pew, pew, pew.